good late afternoon. Welcome to the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. I said that really fast and didn't mess it up. I'm Jared Floyd, and happy Wednesday afternoon. And as we go into this Wednesday evening, all eyes are on the rain chances as we go into the weekend. There are still some caveats, fine print, a fly in the ointment, if you will, and that includes some model data which still just does not want to get on board with bringing the rain in Saturday. It brings it in on Sunday. Most of the model consensus, though, says Saturday, so we'll get to that in just a minute. Temperatures topping out pretty much where we expected them to be this afternoon in the upper end of the 70s. Some areas could see the 80-degree mark as we head into the day tomorrow. Across the region, 81 in Shreveport, 78 Monroe, 77 in Alexandria and Little Rock and Jackson, 79 currently in Baton Rouge. The visible satellite as the sun starts to set on this Wednesday does not show much, and we didn't really expect to see any cloud cover today, and we haven't. But as we go into the day tomorrow, probably seeing some cloud cover. Radar products made possible by Browns Roofing. BrownsRoofingLA.com shows the old storm system bringing showers to the northeast. Not really a bother for us because it's not headed our direction. However, as you look back out to the southwest, you see a lot of moisture starting to churn in across portions of the Pacific coastline and into this is just the big upper-level system that we're going to be dealing with later this week. There's a look at it with a look at the mid-level winds and kind of how this thing's churning in the atmosphere. The general thought process is that tomorrow this storm will kind of make its way inland over the Four Corners region and start to redirect our winds aloft. So we start to get more southwesterly influence on the winds, starting to transport some subtropical moisture our direction, kind of stacking up the moisture, if you will, ahead of the storm system as it starts to impact our area this weekend. By late Saturday, it's parked to our northwest, but just funneling moisture into the region, continuing to bring widespread rain potential into the daytime hours on Sunday, and then kicking off to the north and east as we head into the early parts of next week. The excessive rain outlook includes a slight risk level 2 across our southern parishes and counties, but most of us already under a marginal risk level 1. No flash flood watches out yet. I don't really expect to see any, at least here in the short term. Simply put, considering how much rain we're expecting and stretched out over 2 days, I think much of the area could probably tolerate some rainfall as long as it didn't get too heavy and too intense at any one time. Downside to that is you look at Futurecast made possible by Bayou Power Sports. The clouds start to roll back in tomorrow and into Friday, but then by Saturday, showers move in by around midday. And then the heavier rain sets up late Saturday into early Sunday morning, perhaps a few thunderstorms then as well, and some lingering showers through a good chunk of the day on Sunday. Now, I told you about the fly in the ointment, the caveat, the fine print, if you will, and I'm not going to show you the computer model output, but there are some data returns coming in that really don't bring a lot of rain in with the lead disturbance, if you will, on Saturday, and then it generates a pretty vigorous round of thunderstorms across eastern Texas and the upper Texas coastline going into Sunday morning. And as that sweeps eastward, it kind of bypasses most of the area to the south, stays along the coastline, and it kind of robs all of the available moisture that would be moving into the area as we go into Saturday and Sunday. That said, that's just one computer model, and the general consensus is rain setting in as we go into the day on Saturday. So, again, skies clear pretty quickly from Monday, at least to a certain degree, but then we have another storm system Tuesday, Wednesday. Here's a look at what we call total precipitable water. And again, you can see how much it increases as we go into the day on Sunday, and then it dries out pretty rapidly as we go through the early parts of next week. But there will be kind of an envelope of almost tropical-like moisture that funnels in across the area and sets the stage for the rain this weekend. A look at what we call probability of precipitation. You can think of them as rain chances, but basically given the environmental conditions, how many times will it produce rainfall? And again, most of us just think of this as general rain chances, and that's a pretty safe. A lot of folks don't want to get into the nitty-gritty about what a probability of precipitation means. They just want to see 90% and go, okay, it's going to rain, or 20%, it's probably not going to rain. So again, the general numbers kind of give us the gist of what to expect. By midnight Saturday, the rain's starting to move into the west, but most of it's probably staying dry. By noontime on Saturday, you're starting to talk about some pretty decent rain chances, especially in the western counties and parishes. By late in the day Saturday and into Sunday morning, that's when we probably are looking at the highest likelihood of the heaviest, most widespread rain across the region. That continues through early Sunday morning, but by around midday, most of the heavier rain, more concentrated rain starts transitioning eastward, and the rain becomes a smidge more scattered as we head into the western counties and parishes. Overall, there's not much of a severe weather threat, at least for now, and that could still change, especially if we were to get a large complex of thunderstorms late Saturday night, Sunday morning. That would probably bring some damaging wind threat, but I don't have any outlooks to show you currently. I'll look at potential rain totals, and again, this is just a computer model's take on things, and it still shows a lot of 2 and 3 inch plus rain totals across the region. Keep in mind that not everyone's going to see those rain totals. But where we do see the thunderstorm-driven rains, that probably brings the highest likelihood of seeing some of that stuff as we go into the day Saturday and Sunday. One more computer model I want to show you just briefly, and I forgot to put it in my sequence, so I'm going to go back to full screen for just a second. I don't think it's fair for us to go through this entire forecast and not do the official forecast from the Weather Prediction Center. And when I got all into a hurry earlier today, I did not put it back into the sequence. So there it is, and here's a look at the official forecast over the next 5 days from the Weather Prediction Center. This is what they do, is precipitation forecasts and things of that nature, just like the Storm Prediction Center does thunderstorms and severe weather, and the National Hurricane Center does hurricanes. The Weather Prediction Center, it's a lot of rainfall forecasts. And over the next 5 days, it does have some 2.5 inch rain totals across the southern parishes and counties. And then the rain totals a little bit more limited as you move farther northward. I think 1 to 2 inch rain totals should be fairly widespread and expected. But some locally higher amounts of 3 or even higher than 3 inches should also be expected across the region. So again, you see why I'm showing you this forecast versus just a computer model's take on things, because sometimes computer models can kind of overcook the rain totals. Carolyn, Roxanne, Betty, thanks so much for joining us this evening as we take a look at the forecast. A look at overnight lows tonight. Most of us still quite cool, into the upper end of the 40s, some mid-40s still certainly possible as well. Rain chances close to 0, winds light out of the east. Daytime highs tomorrow, upper 70s to near 80, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some 80s and 81s on the map. Winds will stay light out of the southeast, but we start to swing the winds back around ahead of the rain chances this weekend. 7-day forecast made possible by 3B Hardware. Keep them in mind as you start getting your homestead ready for fall and winter weather months. And if you need anything, just swing by and see them. Daytime highs upper 70s to near 80 degrees Thursday, Friday, but the rain chances are back in for the weekend. Saturday specifically, especially late Saturday, and then into Sunday. Rain chances also could sneak back in Tuesday. Still kind of up in the air about that, but no daytime highs behind that Tuesday front. Could actually fall back into the 60s. Highs in the 60s potentially by the middle to end parts of next week. That's a long way from now, and a lot can change between now and then, but something to look forward to as to what will likely be a pretty soggy weekend. Again, if you have outdoor plans, execute those at your own risk. There is still a window of opportunity that the rain. There's still some question marks in the forecast that lead to confidence being a little bit lower than what we would initially think. So if you do want to kind of ride with your outdoor plans on Saturday, you are taking a pretty substantial risk of getting rained on, but you may get lucky early. That's pretty much the only good news I have for you. Your Fish and Game forecast comes out at 8 p.m. tonight. I'll join you first thing tomorrow morning with a look at the rainfall forecast. We'll look at temperatures and see how cool things got. And then your Too Long Didn't Read 2.0 at 9:30 tomorrow morning. 2.0 meaning I made some tweaks to the Too Long Didn't Read format, so it'll be a little different tomorrow, and I hope you like it. And then we'll just take a look at the forecast for the rest of the day through the day on your Thursday. We'll also have the Sterlington football forecast. They play tomorrow night, so we'll gear that up as well. Where is my Post-it note? Yeah, they play Bastrop tomorrow night. Wrote all the games down, then I completely forgot who's playing who. I know Ouachita's playing Neville. That'll be a doozy. So, yeah, that's what we got. Don't forget to download the app, available for Apple users, Android users. Coming soon. As soon as I get an update, which the next update for Android users would be it's out. But as soon as that update comes, I'll let you know. Until then, you can check your latest radar, which you probably won't need, but you can check it anyway, and latest forecast at digitalweatherdesk.com. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, everybody.